Hey y'all, let's make some Indian food. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are doing this new thing, this new series where we try making foods from around the world. For each episode, we randomly draw a country and then I am going to make a recipe from that cuisine. Okay, go ahead and open it up. Let's see what we've got. Oh, that was the one I'm afraid of. Last week we tried foods from the UK, and so this week we're doing Indian food, and I'm very excited but nervous about it because I've never even tasted Indian food. So I've been doing lots and lots of research, and the one thing I can see about Indian food is there's a lot of spices. So I'm gonna have to go in here and see what I can find, but I am excited. So I'm here at my Walmart neighborhood market. Let's go inside and let's make some Indian food. I did want to say that if you have not subscribed yet to my channel, please do that. Hit that notification bell. I have tons of videos coming up and I'm very excited about it. I'm working on another extreme budget challenge that I'm very excited to get out. And I'm also working on a pantry, just cooking meals up from my pantry as well. And that video is coming up soon too. And I don't want you to miss all these videos that I'm so excited to be creating and putting out in the next week or so. So with that being said, let's go in the store. Okay, y'all, we are back from the store, and it took me a minute. So I'll tell you what I got, and then I'll tell you the spice situation. All right, I'm gonna be doing some butter chicken. Everything that I was looking up, butter chicken just kept speaking to my soul. It looked so good. So, of course, I've got some chicken breast I'm gonna be cutting up. Got some basmati rice. I had to get the 2-pound pack. They didn't have just the 1 pound in the basmati rice, so I will have extra of this. I did get some tomato paste, some tomato sauce. I got 1 container of plain Greek yogurt. I got a small onion, some heavy whipping cream. I'm only gonna need about half of this, maybe not even that. I'm not sure, I'll have to look at the recipe. So I'll have extra of that. I got some ginger root. That was like 7 cents. And some naan bread. Now this, I paid a little bit for. I mean, it wasn't crazy, but I mean, it was an extra cost. You can make your own naan bread if you wanted to. Since I've never cooked this way ever, I didn't want to add that stress to me, so I just bought some naan bread. Now, the butter chicken spice situation. All of you were telling me so much how you were giving me great tips on Indian food about how you just get your spices together, and once you get your spice, your flavor on point, it all comes together easy. Multiple people gave me suggestions that I needed to get garam masala. I hope I'm saying that right. Garam masala. I looked everywhere and I could not find it. I'm assuming maybe you'd have to go to a specialty like international grocery store. I don't really know. If you know where you can find some garam masala, please drop it down in the comments below. I couldn't find it. I went to 3 different stores that I have in my town and I couldn't find it. I did see that butter chicken seasoning sauce packet thing that I showed you in the store, and I carried that thing around with me through the whole shopping trip. And then in the end, once I looked at the ingredients, I didn't see the list of ingredients like what I had seen in other recipes online. The turmeric, the chili, the cumin, the cinnamon, all of those flavors. It just said spices. And I don't like it when a seasoning pack or box or sauce or whatever you want to call it just says spices. What spices? Kept thinking about it and kept thinking about it. I said, No. No. I'm going to just use the spices myself, because I happen to have a lot of those spices in my cabinet. So that's what I'm going to do. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pull the spices that I need. I'm going to show you what that's going to look like. Then we're going to get our chicken marinating. Here are all the spices that I read in this recipe that I'm going to be using. Of course, we're going to need some butter. I've got my salt and pepper. We're going to need some garlic. I have this minced garlic in my fridge, so I'm going to use this. You could use fresh. You could use the granulated if you wanted, I guess. I've got paprika, chili powder, some ground cinnamon, some cumin. I actually have this tiny bit of cumin in here, so I'm going to use that up and then get into this cumin. Then I have this turmeric. In some of the recipes that I've read, it said it could be optional. I have this. I don't even know why. It's stuffed in the back of my spice cabinet. And so there we go. We're going to be using these spices for our butter chicken. The first thing I'm going to do is get these chicken breast tenderloins cut into like 1-inch pieces. And then we'll get them marinating. All right, so now I'm gonna add my spices according to this recipe that I'm following. This recipe comes from like GusCooks.com, and it's easy butter chicken recipe. I'll leave it linked down below since I'm following a recipe, but take all my spices here that's on my chicken. I'm gonna put the lid on this. I'm gonna give it a shake. Oh, look at my chicken. All right. Next it says to add in ½ a cup of Greek yogurt. This is plain, don't get vanilla. So this is a little bit more than ½ a cup. It's like 1 ounce more. But it's okay, I'm gonna add it anyway. All right, I'm just gonna kind of toss the chicken around in that yogurt. This is what it looks like. Put the lid on it. And let that marinate in the fridge for about 30 minutes. While my chicken is marinating, I'm gonna go ahead and cook up this basmati rice, just according to the package. I don't know if this is the right move or not, but the rest of the recipe says I need some garam masala. So I saw a recipe for making your own, but I don't have all of the spices. I don't have coriander or cardamom or ground cloves. But I do have the other flavors. So I think I'm gonna make with what I've got, at least add that to the sauce. So this recipe says a tablespoon of cumin, 1½ teaspoons of black pepper, 1.5. A teaspoon of cinnamon, ½ teaspoon of nutmeg. Now I needed a ½ teaspoon of cloves. Don't have it. I needed 1½ teaspoons of coriander, 1½ teaspoons of cardamom. Don't have it. It'll be fine. I'm gonna find some garam masala though. Anyway, so I just put some of that in this little container. I'm gonna give it a shake. I don't need all this for the sauce, but it did say I needed like some of it. So there is the beginnings of what I'm going to say is my homemade garam masala. We'll see how it tastes. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and dice up this small onion, and then I'm gonna grate up some of this ginger, and then we're gonna get our chicken in the pan. For the ginger, I learned this from Rachel Ray. Just take a teaspoon, and you can scrape off the peel of the ginger before you grate it. All right, we're gonna start this chicken. I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter, my diced onion, And I'm gonna cook the onions until they're translucent. Once the onions are translucent, we're gonna put in a teaspoon of garam masala. Of course, y'all know I don't have that, but I did have this little mixture that I made, so we're gonna try it. So a teaspoon of the garam masala. Give that a stir, and then we're gonna be adding in the chicken. All right, now we're going to add in our chicken that we had marinating in our spices and yogurt. The recipe says to let this cook for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then we'll start mixing in the sauce. Next, we need to put in a tablespoon of garlic. You could use fresh. I'm going to use this minced from my fridge. And then we're going to grate some of this fresh ginger right into the dish. Really good. All right. Let's give that a stir. Here's the chicken, all cooking up. Now it says to add tomato sauce in. I've got 1 8-ounce can. And then I need to add a can of water, or you can use chicken broth if you prefer. All right, now I'm gonna bring that back up to a simmer. I'm gonna cover and let that chicken just kind of hang out and cook for about 5 minutes, then we'll finish up the sauce. Also, I ended up not needing the tomato paste. I guess I read 2 different recipes and one called for it, one didn't. I'm not gonna use it. I think it looks pretty good, so. All right, this has been simmering for about 5 minutes. Smells really good. Now I'm going to pour in 1 cup of heavy cream. Give that a stir and let this simmer for an additional 5 minutes. Okay, so after 5 minutes, I'm gonna put in 2 more tablespoons of butter, let that melt, then we'll be ready to serve. And here is the buttered chicken, all finished. All right, let's get this plated up and let's give this a taste. Here's that buttered chicken, all finished up. It smells amazing. I am serving this up with some basmati rice. I did sprinkle a little dried parsley on it just to make it pretty, but this looks really good. All right, y'all. My first time making Indian food. I think it looks pretty. Let's see how it tastes. All right, here we go. Butter chicken, basmati rice, some naan bread. I have never even tasted Indian food, much less cooked it. I've never used nutmeg and cinnamon in a savory dish either, so I'm very excited to try this. So let's give it a taste, and we'll start with just some chicken. That is really creamy and has such a unique flavor. Okay, let's try some rice with it. The rice, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What was I afraid of, y'all? That is so good. Okay. Everything I read says you gotta take the sauce and put your naan bread in it. That's what we're gonna do. Y'all. What was I afraid of? This is so good. Indian food for the win. Butter chicken exceeds well beyond my expectations. I am in shock. It's so good. Like, this is amazing. You gotta try this. I spent about $20 on the ingredients, but this is gonna feed my whole family tonight. I have a ton of basmati rice left over. I have half a carton of heavy cream that I can use in other meals. This was a win. I'm in love. Okay, y'all, this series is so good. I'm enjoying it so much. Trying new foods, cooking new foods, not just trying them, but cooking them and realizing that I can. So this week we did India and it was smashed. Smashed, y'all. It was so good. So, where are we going next? We are going to be cooking food from Italy. Yay. That'll be exciting. Italy. All right. So thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. Tune in for more episodes of cooking foods from around the world. Italy is coming up next. I will leave the playlist listed down below. If you like this video, hit me with a thumbs up. Hit subscribe if you've not already done so. I will see you in the next video. Bye.